Bum, bum, bum.
Yeah, you hold down the button. You know how to do it? Oh,
You hear him?
scan sign?
We're live.
So on your
This
right
is,
earlobe, you click here. Right one, right?
Just fucking do it.
It's a Podcastrophe live, and we obviously have major
You hear a
technical
click?
difficulties. We got Marcie,
let's see. We got
psychotherapist,
connected.
in tonight. She
Here's
just
my
got
phone.
in.
Pick proposals, audio.
Joey, as you
Yeah,
can
test them out. See if it
hear,
works.
Joey's trying to get his shit together. over
Okay,
there.
can you hear me?
There he is. We can hear him. Everything is cool.
Fucking last time we did this too. Same thing.
Yep.
Got it?
So this
No, it's
is
not
your
working at all.
Podcastrophe. You're on, Joey. You're good. We're running.
It says I'm connected, but don't do shit. I don't have anything else. I don't have no motherfucking money. Or,
So we're trying to get his end figured out real quick. Like I said, we have a returning guest coming in. She's here. Peggy's here already. Of course, she's goods. All right. We're gonna have like an open Q&A, open topic. Marcie, how's everything going today? Tonight so far?
Going great. How you doing?
Yeah.
Where's
Good,
it
good.
come from?
Oh,
Here?
it's coming from there.
Chaotic.
Maybe unplug your phone real quick.
Chaos going on at the house. Joey's frozen.
Always when it comes to technology and Joe.
He hasn't smoked in 5 days. He's probably going crazy. Right? He's going through a form of mental health. That's what you call him. Mental,
Give me that later, bud.
mental detox from fucking marijuana.
Exactly.
Can I take this out of the case?
Getting a little high strung,
Can
right?
you take it out?
Getting a little high
Oh, what do you
strung.
mean out of the
Out of the holder. Yeah, take it out of the holder for me.
All
There it
right.
is.
Not that, just the case. Yeah, just
All right, let me get out of.
Hey, how about you guys mute your mic? Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay. All right, yeah, maybe that'll work.
It looked like it was
So-
working.
Yeah, it was working all right. I don't know. He's the only. I'll tell you what. Joey's the only dude that has problems with earbuds. I don't get
Everything.
it. He's crazy.
Not just
I mean,
earbuds.
every time he's got an issue with
Electronics.
the fucking thing. Oh my god.
Well, I'm telling
gonna
you,
have to do that
electronics have frequencies, and when you're frustrated, I'm telling you, it interferes with electronic
I believe.
frequencies. I've
I
seen
believe
it.
it.
I've seen that time and time again. You know.
I believe it. If it
Yeah.
wasn't, why wouldn't they have electric shock treatment, right? Like they had that back in the day. I'm sure that was
Makes a
all
difference.
frequencies, right?
Well, if you think
Yeah.
about your brain, and the two things that run your brain are electrical impulses and chemical connections. That's it.
Yeah.
So if you look at it
Yeah.
that way, and we all have
Right,
frequencies,
right,
so,
right.
you know.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah. Wow. I haven't heard it put like that. You always think of something when you think of the body. You think of like the heart. You think of blood.
There, can you hear me?
You don't think of yes.
Fuck.
You don't think of necessarily the brain, electronic
exactly.
waves, and that whole thing, and how it all intersects each other. It's pretty nifty.
Yeah, the brain especially. Well, even the heart has electronic impulses too that,
Yeah.
that run it. So
Wow, man, it's crazy. Can you hear us, Joe?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Everything's
Can you hear
good.
us?
Yeah, technical.
All right.
Last time we did a show with Marcie, same shit happened.
Did
I
it?
had,
I thought it was. I thought
yeah.
it
it
was
was
all right.
like
I thought
the
we went all right.
silent, you couldn't hear you.
Peggy! Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was. It ended up I did something stupid or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Huh. Very
There we
good.
go.
Very good. Well, we got it all worked out. We're good to go.
Got
You
my
know what I
genie
mean?
on. Woo-hoo.
Got
All
his
right.
genie. Got his man bun. Joey's got rocking the old man bun, right? The old man bun. Genie man
Yep.
bun. The old genie
Yes.
man bun.
Because I identify as a
When you
genie.
hey, yeah, exactly. Identifies as a genie, not a blue one, but a genie.
Yeah,
Right?
a gin,
So
if you
did you
will.
get my text? Yeah, did you get my text about the fish in Florida, dude? Is that true? Did you hear? I heard the water's so hot on some coast. There's a coast out in Florida where they took the temperature. The water was like over 100
Nah,
degrees, and they said the fish were like dying.
I ain't hear nothing like that. But I mean,
It's been really
Yeah.
hot. But I haven't heard anything about
Yeah.
the water or the fish, but it's
Yeah.
been very, very hot.
It's been
Oh,
brutal,
yeah.
right here too. This whole week, it's been like I went to the store earlier. I don't even know I went out. I should never went. It was so hot. I was just like, you know how like it gets hot to where it's even the AC in the car, even if you got it cranked,
Doesn't work.
of course it mellows out the temperature, but it's just so goddamn hot. It takes like 10, 15 minutes for the thing to get freaking cold, man. That's the
Yeah.
kind of heat it is over here. Which we don't normally. It's never this it's never this bad, you know.
Well, it's been it's been rainy all day.
Yeah. Oh, has it been raining by you?
Yeah, last 2 days
Really?
it's been raining. Peggy
Last
was
week
in
we
the
had
ER.
rain. She
Yeah.
was in what? In the ER?
Yeah, how you feeling? You all right? Peggy?
Oh, Peggy. Oh, I thought
Yeah.
for some reason I'm looking at Marcie. Like Marcie was in the ER. She looks fine to me.
No.
Peggy was in the
Uh,
ER for 3 hours on Wednesday morning. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay.
I suppose she'll tell us if she's all right.
I'm sure she'll tell us. I see flowers.
Yeah.
I see flowers in blue.
This is Hey Marcie.
Right?
Hello. She spelled her Marcie's name right.
Yeah. I spelled her name right too. I fixed it. I told you to go
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah. I seen
Yeah.
it. I seen it.
Yeah.
Most people don't
All
spell
right.
it right though. It's not the
Yeah.
consistent spelling.
Everybody spells some words, I don't know. Some people spell it differently. I don't know. Sometimes it's not. It all
Yeah.
depends, I guess. I don't know. There was a
Yeah. It's
couple
just
ways to spell my daughter's name,
like
but the
this.
American way was CH, like Michael with an A, like I did it. And there was another way with a Y. But
Mhm.
like some people spell it with like a K, like Mikay. That's like more like Russian, Polish, like you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. It's funny how like different nationalities and shit spell different names. But I mean
Oh yeah.
Italian, that's I've seen it both ways for sure.
Yeah.
You know. But
Why? Yeah. I.
yeah.
All right.
I don't know if you guys had anything to step on to start off with. I mean,
I
I
figured
was going into I was going into I played a clip today. I made a quick little show, The Attic, today about
Oh,
that
okay.
Ohio father that killed his son,
Is
three
he the one that
sons.
had him line up or some shit?
That's what they said, but they weren't lined up. Marcy, did you hear about that? You know what? I should
No,
play
I
the
try not
I
to
should play
watch the
the
news. It's so depressing.
yeah. It's an Ohio father. I played it on the show. The clip's only like 6 minutes long. I might even play it again for us just to get things going for us.
See what Marcie thinks about it.
I want to actually. I will because this guy's demeanor, Marcy, is just cool, calm. Like he didn't do anything wrong. He just got done murdering his 3 boys. Didn't touch the wife. Didn't touch the stepdaughter. He shot the one kid, 3 years old, I believe, in the house twice in the head. The mother was holding on to her baby, and he put the rifle up, and she put the thumb over the barrel, and he pulled the trigger anyway, and blew her thumb off, and then ripped the baby out of her hands, and then did him in. And then when that happened, the sister yelled to the other boys to run. So they run out the front door, and he's there with a rifle, and he picks the one kid off. He shoots him just to drop him. And then he walks over and puts 2 into his head. And this is all on the front lawn. You know what I mean? This is all on the front lawn in broad daylight. And he does the same thing to the other kid. He said he planned it, but when the cops got there, I mean, he was as calm as can be. It was just ridiculous and no emotion whatsoever. And the guy is. That's why I did it today for today's show, because it kind of coincided with what we got going on with you when you come on. You know what I mean? But that's got to be a way right? I mean, that's mental health. I mean, that's got to be a way for him to deal with stress, I guess, just to him.
Really
just cut it
depends.
off. That's
Like if he was normal, had a normal childhood, and then this happened, then there has to be something that happened to him. It could be a tumor pressing on a certain part of the brain. It could be, another medical condition. It could be something very traumatic happened to him and he just broke.
Right.
Could be that he's a sociopath. There could be a lot of things. It really depends on the history, what was going on. I think it's kind of it's very telling that he only went after the children and no one else.
I know.
Things like
the
that.
boys.
So why? There's a reason.
Yes. And he said he planned
it's crazy.
He planned it. He says he did wrong and what he was doing was wrong. He was aware of all that. The neighbors said that the guy was always a complete idiot, always yelling at the kids, horrible mood, bad demeanor all the way. You know what I mean?
You know,
And,
because even in extreme trauma, or extreme PTSD, like very extreme, you know, it could be because when your nervous system gets activated, like it does in PTSD, it stays activated, right, all the time.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
at the
Yeah.
top levels, you can be very numb and very disconnected. So you're not even like emotionally speaking, you're dead. You know,
Right,
you
right,
can't
right.
feel anything. You can think, but you can't
Right.
feel, you know?
Right.
So that's a very extreme. So just to obviously something happened. Nobody
Yeah.
normal would ever do that,
Right.
you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's one of those, you know,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
That was my take on it. I said, you know
Yeah.
what? This is something completely inside his mind. Something triggered it because we're all going through something. Everybody is going through something in their life. Everybody has, most of us have tragedy. Not all of
Yeah.
us with their family. You know, we're all strung out right now with whether it's work or finances and bills and just the news,
Just
like this story.
just the shit
and
going
ano-
on, you know.
and yeah, and another one. I mean, I could name two or three like brutal murders that happened this week. Another one is a girl named Tracy Schaubism. She murdered. Here's a girl in her late 20s. I'll do a clip on her as well.
Is that the bro that slaughtered, like, hacked up her boyfriend?
Yeah, beheaded him,
Yeah,
put his
yeah,
bucket, and then proceeded to, abuse the body with sexual toys.
yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
Hardcore. Yeah, took his guts out, put it in a separate bag. Like she had like everything, like right,
Oh
like he
yeah,
was dissected. It was right, Joe. You heard about that?
yeah. I heard all about it. It's
Ridiculous.
like
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
just like
and that's I mean, like I said,
that's
with
love.
murder, we all know about murder. Yeah, we all know about murder. There's always been harm and hurt and hate in the world, but just the brutality of it and everything, it seems to be just, it just seems like off the freaking rails now. I mean, just off the rails. Let me let me pull up
Eh,
that clip.
Can we real quick address
Go ahead. Do you keep talking?
Peggy?
I'll pull it up, Joe.
Peggy's got a little. Peggy went to is sick. Went to the hospital. She tested her good friend,
Mhm.
and he never even got back to her. And she was sad yesterday because she was crying. She lives alone, but she's better today.
There she
You know,
is.
it's sometimes friends just don't come through, or maybe something happened to him. Has he texted you back since? Who knows? This. Don't let that shit bother you.
Yeah.
I don't know what
wouldn't.
else to say. What do you say, Marcie?
Can you explain, read that again? Because I'm not clear on the situation.
Okay, so Peggy said I tried for an hour to well, she was in the hospital yesterday morning for 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
She said she's
okay.
tried for an hour to dislodge the mass, whatever that is. Threw up numerous times. Finally drove to the ER. Said they gave me a muscle shot, and after 3 hours, it went down. Very sharp pain, $2,000 ER bill. And she said she texted her texted her good friend Will yesterday, and he never got back to her. So she was sad yesterday, and she was crying.
Oh, gotcha.
She-
So he
she
never
lives
got
she-
back.
She lives alone, but today she's feeling better. No, he hasn't. He still hasn't got back. Jerk off.
And is that common of him? Has he ever done that before, or is that something like he would always get back to you right away?
We'll see. What you saying, Peggy? That's a
crazy.
shame.
Yeah.
We
That's
would
not
have
a
been there
friend
for
then.
you.
That's not a friend then.
Yeah, unless something happened.
Unless an emergency with his family or
Yeah.
himself happened that maybe
Let's hope that he's okay.
superseded
But
her. But I'm
Yeah.
curious about the mass. What's the mass that she was trying to dislodge? Is that what you said,
Mm.
Joe? Is that what you read?
Yeah,
A mass?
that's what she said. That's why I'm not so clear on what that was exactly. No, what?
Yeah. Threw up numerous times.
I didn't get what she's saying no to. No.
And
This isn't like him? Okay, I get it. Okay. It isn't like him to
Yeah.
be like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so
have you heard from him since?
She says no.
No? Or is that
Did you-
no? It's not like him.
Oh, she had food stuck in her throat.
That stuff. for an
Oh,
hour.
yeah, that's what it
Oh,
sounded
wow.
like when. Oh
You
wow,
might have had
that's
agita.
terrible.
Might have had agita. Something stuck in your chest, you know. But if you were able to breathe, thank God it wasn't cutting off your airwaves. So it was.
You know, sometimes you're friends with somebody so long and they still shit on you. It happens.
Yes, it does.
I don't, that's why I don't fuck with anybody anymore. I only have a few people I still speak with, you know, and family, you know, because where was everybody at when I needed them? I was always there for everybody. And in the end, nobody was there for me.
There
So,
it is. Food
you know,
was-
that's how I found out real quick who my friends were, who my what I thought was my best friends weren't, you know. So, you know, what are you gonna do? You just move on. It's just sad being alone and shit. I know that. I went through that. But then I found Marcie. My angel. All right.
And how has she helped you out in that way, Joey? How has Marcy helped you out with that?
Oh,
Or
she
finding, or
made
even finding somebody,
really
anybody.
just I never thought I didn't think I deserved it. But
There you go.
you know, you know, or I you know, it's being with somebody who's like I know now I know what it's like to not be fucking put down all the time and you know, uh shit like that. You know, I'm
Yeah,
always happy. I'm glad for her. You know, I'm happy. I
feeling your
always want to
self
be.
worth.
I feel
Feeling
better
your
about
self
myself.
worth.
I try. I'm
Yep.
still a prick, but I'm trying to get better. You know, and she shows me the
Yeah.
way. You know,
Yep.
so
It's awesome.
I'm
Feeling your
very
self worth
lucky.
is worth a million.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
everything.
was
That's a lot right there.
I was put down a lot. So and it made
Yeah,
me feel.
I
You know,
can't
and
believe it.
I'm this big tough guy. Who took care of business, but you know, in that area, I was just felt like lost and like I just felt like I was a piece of shit. You know, I really did.
I,
Like I can't
I
do
can't
anything.
believe it, man.
I'm too stupid to do anything. Just not, you know, things like that. And you know, when I met Marcy,
That,
it's like it was a whole new experience. It's like you know, no matter what I do, she don't yell. She you know, we've never fought, but I mean, it's like she handles everything nice and easy, and
mm,
she's not a screamer. She's not cursing at me and telling me how shitty I am, or she doesn't do any of that shit. You know,
right.
being lifted up helps a lot. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I do it back. You know, I treat her like a you know she's fucking gold to me.
Mm,
Nothing more
a
important to me.
positive environment. Nice
Yeah,
positive environment. The
and I'm
environment
working on
Big
that shit.
difference.
everything.
I'm a dick.
Me, big difference. Big difference. No, I don't think you're a dick.
I'm
I don't
hard to
think,
live with my OCDs and shit. You know, I yell about like
yeah, you know,
this and
you
that.
work
You
it
know,
out.
but
It's not
it
about being
is.
human. That's all. It's about being human. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You know, where
I can
it's
tell you
just
this.
what it is.
You
It's a
know,
shame that's the way it went down with her. With her, I didn't never even knew. I mean, I was going through my own thing. But
hey,
you know, you're not one to
I
talk about things like that.
I wasn't a
I
saint.
never.
I was not a saint,
Right?
but
No, I know.
by
I
no
know.
means. But I think everything
I know.
I went a
But
certain
nobody
direction.
deserves that.
I was pushed
Nobody
in that
deserves
way.
that. Yeah. No, nobody deserves to be treated like that. You
No,
know. I'll even go so far as to say somewhat on my end as well. You know, it wasn't abused or yelled at, but there was things that could have been done or that weren't done, you know, and it definitely gave me a feeling of no self-worth. I mean, I knew at work I take care of business and other ways I take care of business, but as far as finding like love or somebody like a you know, a partner, I was
yeah,
ready to rock and roll and that person was just not ready, you
yeah,
know, didn't have the goals and aspirations that I did, you know. I don't care what the size of the goal is, whether it was to save for a new car or if it was to buy a new camper, or if it was to
mm,
do something new with the house, you know, none of that was there, you know.
yeah,
And who knows? She could have been going. I know she's going through things in her mind, you know, as well. And I
yeah,
won't speak for anybody, but you know, it's a shame when you have a certain someone that's next to you, you know, and they don't have your back when they should. You know what I mean? And you don't, and you got their back 110%, and that reciprocation is not there. That shit's a
yeah,
bummer. You know, that shit sucks. So I totally dig it, man. You know, I get it.
yeah.
I get it.
But like
You know,
my best friend, I had a real close friend, one of my closest friends, 14 years, Peggy. And I had to cut him off. He got into drugs. I caught him stealing from me.
Oof.
Shit like that. And my
Yeah.
way of dealing with people stealing from me is a certain way, but I knew he was fucked up, so I just cut him out of my life. And I haven't spoken to him
Yeah.
since. It's been like 8 years or so, or 10
Yeah.
years. I haven't spoken to him, and
Jeez.
I wish him the best, but I hope he's clean. But he was out of control. He wanted me to put him down. That was kind of like how it didn't matter what it was better just leave and let him live.
Right. Yeah.
No retaliations, just other than, hey, best friend for 14 years and you're stealing from me.
Yeah.
I don't need you in my life.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
No.
That's where you got to weigh out the pros and cons, and then you got to weigh out the addiction side of it. It all depends what he was stealing, why he was stealing, what was he stealing for.
He tried to
Tough
steal.
call. It's tough.
Yeah,
I
know he stole money. I know he did.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot. It wasn't nothing worth me even fucking piffing about.
Sweating over. Yeah.
But I caught him like red-handed I used to sell edibles, and I caught him red-handed, like shoving. I told him he couldn't, I gave him free ones at first, and I was like, he was a fat bastard. I was like, I used to give him like free ones, and I was like, look, this is how I make my money, so you got to pay for them now. I can't just give you free shit. And then he didn't even know I was looking. He's over there fucking with my brownies and shit. And I'm like, you motherfucker, you fat bastard, what are you doing? I said, "Are you stealing? What do you think I was going to see that?"
Now, I will say, if you steal for something like weed, you're a jerk off. Then that's just.
He stole weed. He stole weed too. I knew he did.
Yeah, well, like I'm saying, if you're not a junkie, strung out, going through detox, and you know what I mean, like it took that for me to have to steal from my family.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking little sums. It took kicking
I know.
habits for me, the insanity of that, and your body just going into shock and everything else. That it's if it's not that, I'm not stealing from you. Not to go get high from
the worst thing was
bud.
Yeah, the worst thing was like he would steal. He seen Joey my son had a chain, a gold chain with the Italian ornament on it, and it was from when he was when he was younger. So he had at this point he had to take it off. But I had it in this one cup where my Wi-Fi thing was. It was a cup with like the kids made with it has the paper around it, and they had the Wi-Fi code was on it. But that was in there. And I told him where it was, and his wife and him were at the house. And his wife, close friend of mine, she wasn't a thief or anything. She would tell me when he did something, like she would rat his ass out. She'd be like, Joe, I can't keep it, Italian girl. So he tried to steal. He seen that thing, and he stuck it in his pocket. She said, "You better get that fucking out right now," So he tried to steal from my son who was raised. That's Theo. And to him, that was his uncle, and then he's stealing from him too. Oh fuck no! I elbowed him in the face. I had I had a pool at the time, and I invited some guys from my new job, and we were doing this whole. When I first started, I got into t-shirts, and I knew I was trying to keep him away. I didn't want him coming because he's just out of control. And that motherfucker showed up at my house drunk as fuck, and was just like smoking one of the guy's cigarettes, and just kept smoking all his cigarettes, and he was
one of those
drinking all our beers, and because he ran out of his fucking whatever he was drinking, and then he's like smoking smoking with everybody, but he's like fucking like taking off, and then he tried to I didn't know these, I don't know these people very well, and we're just hanging out, and I'm getting kind of close with these guys, and then here comes my boy, and he tried to grab me or something, fucking around, but in a sexual manner, and I was like, boom! I elbowed him in the fucking nose. I gave him a bloody nose in the pool, and he was so fucked up, he was just laughing, So I busted his face up pretty good. But and I was like, I'm trying be very patient. This is one guy I would be very patient with, just because he's so they're so close, like brothers. That's how close I was with the guy. But he fucked me over in the end, so I told him to go fuck off. And that's what you gotta do. Sometimes you just gotta cut your ties, and I guess I pretty much have. I live here.
Yeah.
I don't keep friends. I got my friends and my wife and my stepkids and my brother-in-law and sister-in-law. I don't need nobody else. I
Yeah.
talk. You're my friend, Ben, like Smalls, and my boy
Right.
TJ. And I
Yep.
still like talk to a couple others. Like
Yeah.
very rare. Nobody calls to see where the hell's Dagz. He just disappeared. Nothing. They don't. Nobody
Right.
gives a shit. Couple
No,
people, and
nobody.
that's it.
Yeah. Believe me, I know.
So
It's
I
just
don't have time
when you
for.
go and do something else, especially if you try to do it to better yourself, forget it. Forget it. They really
Yeah.
drop you quick. If you're trying to better yourself, they don't want to see that. God forbid.
No.
God forbid you kick a drug habit. You know what I
Once
mean?
I wasn't able to pay their child support, or when
Yeah.
they're in trouble, or fucking
Yeah.
taking them out to dinner, or to the bar, or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like fuck.
Yeah.
Ah,
All right, let me shoot this
but-
clip, man. Let's see.
all right.
I'm interested. I know Marcie doesn't. This gets me crazy. This gets me nuts. This is some serious shit. I'm surprised it's even. I mean, not surprised, but let's roll with it, and then I'll start from about.
Now this is an upgrade.
This guy killed it.
And away we go.
Oh,
Us!
That
Stand up with your hands up!
We got a visual in the mail. Not showing his hands, not following commands.
Stand up now!
Not showing hands or following commands. His name is Chad Dorman. Chad Dorman.
I know, but we can't.
First aid, and he's not complying. If you know he's a shooter, shoot him.
We gotta find cover first. We ain't no good if we ain't safe ourselves.
what the fuck? This guy's.
you know how hard it is. I mean, the kids are already dead on the front lawn over there, Marcie. You'll see like a black box, and that's obviously a body, but you could see the other body because I guess they didn't see it. It's a shame.
We need to come from this side where we can see them. Don't take cover behind her. We see them. We're going to approach from this side. We got cover. Right here.
6 covered, 29 and 63.
This guy's ready to fucking go. This other guy's a jerk off.
I know. But watch, this one cop finally, I don't know how they don't beat the hell out of it. Kudos to these cops, because I would fucking, I mean, pardon my language, but this is, I mean.
Show
this
us
gets-
your fucking hands now! Stand up! Stand up!
See, obviously the one kid is good down where that black box is.
Stand
and
up! Stand up now! Stand
then
up! Stand the fuck up!
look at him hanging out. Calm.
Get your hands up here.
Fuck.
Cover 21. It's in the air.
Those guys can confirm that there's people that need first aid, and that's the shooter. He's not complying. They need to take care of him.
I got it.
They have to shoot him and shoot him.
Man, I'm trying to hurt nobody. I'm completely sober. Never did drugs a day
63,
in my
we're
life.
21. Get the EMS over here.
Well, I did drugs in a split, but I don't do drugs now. I'm sober. I'm not trying to fight you.
You hear this guy?
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm not gonna hurt nobody. I'm completely sober. I mean, so calm. Right? I mean, that's just chilling.
He just shot his
And
fucking
another
kids.
question. Yeah. He just got
Oh, he's feeling no pain right now. He's not feeling a thing.
It's he doesn't seem intoxicated, and why the EMS isn't already rolled up with the police is beyond me. That's another thing. I'm like, what the But watch this. This is
C3.
Get your butt inside. Gatlin, get your butt inside.
he's
We on
yelling at the
primary?
dog.
29, we got 3 kids down.
Gatlin.
63, we're 21. Have EMS respond over here.
You're clear, they're being advised.
See the cops checking on the other kid.
34 just started masking out.
Damn.
There's two bodies to the right behind that cop.
Where exactly do you need them?
and
We're
another
right in
one's
the
up
front
there.
yard.
See the body? Unbelievable. Behind the box on the right.
What are you
Yeah.
doing, man?
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you? No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it.
She said
I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him. All right. He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't running
second.
away. You can do whatever you want.
See the blood on the shirt? I think he threw one of the kids over his shoulder and placed him on the front lawn, the one in the house. That's the only way I could imagine the blood being
Here.
there.
You the only one else inside the house?
What?
You the only one else inside the house?
Yeah.
Sit down right here.
My daughter, she ran over to the fire department.
Sit down.
It's my stepdaughter.
Put him in the cage.
This is look.
This cop wants to kill him. The ones that escort
Oh
him.
yeah,
Look.
I would
Tells him to
too.
shut the fuck up. Yeah, he tells him to shut up.
I think
because you got blood
anybody
in
would
your
feel
mouth.
that way.
Absolutely.
How do you look at something like that and just, you
I
know,
know. Oh,
and his reaction too is very infuriating to everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna hurt
No,
you
well,
guys.
yeah,
You
he'll
get my
tell
wallet
you.
out of my back pocket.
Shut up, dude.
Get the wallet.
Yeah, the right to remain silent. You fucking use it.
Tells the guy to get the wallet out of his back pocket.
Just shame, man. How you do that to your
That's
kids?
insane.
You believe that?
And it's funny. It's like he
Drives you
only
nuts.
shot his kids.
Yeah.
His
That's
stepdaughter
strange.
ran away. His wife is untouched, other
Yep.
than
The
defensive
thumb,
wounds.
right. Right.
You know. So what
Yep.
happened? You know, what's the
Right.
history? I would love to know what the history is. What's going on?
I
Because
know.
people don't snap like that. But it's very
Yeah.
specific. He only
Yes.
killed his kids.
The three
So
boys.
you know, that's
Yeah.
It
I don't
saddens
know.
me, man.
It seems like it's something that I mean, to me, it seemed like you said, nobody's gonna know unless you get further, more into the background. And they just released some other stuff. He was in the cell, the holding cell, and he's just standing at the cell, banging his head up against the wall. He's on suicide watch. So
yeah. He's
they got
not
him
well.
in
You could
they
look
got
in
him.
his eyes, and they're
He
like dead.
seems
There's
right.
nothing
He
there.
seems, yeah. He doesn't seem drunk. He's not under the
No,
influence of anything, right? He seems totally
nothing like
sober,
that.
but
It's
nothing's
weird.
home. Yeah.
Like
I
he's
tell
not
you
right.
what,
You can tell by
Marcy.
looking at him.
Yeah. Something like you
And if you
said
listen to the
is
way
very
he
specific.
talked, it was very
Mhm.
like of a younger child, like a teenager type of, the way he was talking and trying to communicate. He's like, it's almost like he was
Yeah.
playing at trying to, when he's talking to the cop, oh, it's kind of uncomfortable. Can I get up now? Like
Right.
just the way he was
Right.
talking, nonchalantly,
Yeah.
very young, younger than his, how old was he?
Mhm.
Like 31, was it?
Probably
21?
in his mid-30s. He looks
Oh
mid-30s,
yeah.
Yeah, he looked
young
like
30s,
30.
right?
Okay. Yeah, so the presentation was definitely off,
Yeah.
as you would
Yeah.
expect, because
Yeah.
to do something like that, you'd have to be awfully desperate. It had to be very extreme. No one just like one day like, hey, you know,
Right. Exactly. That's right.
oh, it's terrible to
No,
see things
Peggy, he
like that.
didn't. Yeah. No, it's a shame. It's a shame. No, Peggy, I don't think they said right now that I know of.
I don't
As of
know
right
either.
now, the reason why. When I get done with this, I'll probably look further into it. I was looking at clips today. They were just. I mean, everything's just really bothering me. Like I was saying earlier. Well, it's just the brutality of things, and not even like
To
the
do that to your
murder.
kids, those are your
Yeah.
Yeah,
kids.
there's something
Yeah.
very wrong,
I
you
mean,
know.
very wrong, very wrong. And like I said, everything else that's going on, with everything else. I mean, it just things are just getting way out of control. For some reason, I have a real
He's
strong
got a
sense of things are coming to an end. Like there's going to be like anarchy or something is going to happen, and it's not going to be for the good.
Oh,
Not going to be for the I don't think he was hallucinating because he looked like he was walking normally when they walked him.
Well, it's hard to
You
say,
know?
it could be
Yeah.
like delusions, it could be a lot of things. Without knowing a history, it's hard to say what was going
Right.
on. There's a lot of things, like I said, trauma, psychosis, didn't appear to be impaired. Could be,
Right.
it could be so many things. So without
Right.
knowing any history, it's like really hard to,
We're just guessing. Yeah, we're just
Yeah.
guessing.
yeah.
It's just
I
a
mean, it didn't
guessing
look like
game.
he was hearing voices or anything. He didn't seem
Right.
distracted or seemed like he was very present. He was, kind of inappropriate, but
Yeah.
he didn't
Yeah.
appear to be hallucinating at that point. But he
Right.
could have,
Right.
he could definitely be having some type of delusion, maybe that his kids were trying to get him. I don't know. I don't
Right.
know. I don't really feel that either.
Well, you
But
know
I
what
don't
happened?
have
He
enough
went to
information.
he went to work. He came home from work. He asked the
Uh-huh.
family to lay down for a nap with him, all of them. They did. And he awoke in the mid nap, or maybe he played like he was sleeping, whatever. Went to the gun case, got the guns out. He had like a 22 long rifle and like I think a handgun, whatever it was. And he went to the gun safe and got the stuff out, and that's when everything went down. So he said he was planning it for a while. He said he's been planning it
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
a
it
while.
wasn't like
Keeping the
heat
gun
of
to
the
the work for a
moment. It
while.
wasn't acute. It wasn't due to
Yeah, it
like,
didn't
like a
seem
stress or traumatic break. There's something
right. Yeah,
premeditated. So
yeah,
it
yeah.
could be, some type of psychotic break. Who knows? I'd love to hear
Hmm.
what the wife is saying about all
Yeah,
this, and based on his history, and
yeah. I know.
that's
I
pretty
know.
scary.
It's very scary. Very scary. Matter of
Oh,
fact, I'd
shit.
like to
I'm
see.
always angry, Mom Dukes. I mean,
Yeah,
I'm probably
yeah.
gonna. Oh man, I'm probably gonna murder everybody in the
Well, he was
house.
always, yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
the
it's not
neighbor
that
said
simple though.
he
It's
was.
not as like you're angry. Angry people kill people. No,
No, this guy.
calculated
Yeah,
people kill people too.
exactly.
Calculated.
Exactly.
Calm
Yes.
people.
Sick
Like it really
people.
depends what's fueling it.
Any type
What's
of person could
behind
do
it.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all have the same capacity for evil and for good, given the right circumstances and the right conditions. So it
Yeah.
really
Uh-huh.
just depends on what's going on. I would love to know more about, you know,
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like,
The neighbor said he was always yelling at the kids. Like I was saying, I
mhm,
think I said always
yeah,
yelling, just a real miserable. So who knows? Maybe something's going on for a long time. Like I said, and like you said, without
Oh, I
anything
understand.
further from the
I
wife,
mean, I would assume based on what I saw that he probably has some type of traumatic upbringing, um, maybe some mental health type stuff. Um,
Yeah.
Just be a
I
sick
wouldn't
fuck.
say right off the bat that he's like sociopathic, but that's very, like severe trauma can lead to
Right.
sociopathic
Right.
behavior. But
Absolutely.
you know, um, you can be rehabilitated if that's the case. If you were born that way, you can't be rehabilitated. It's just how you're wired, you know?
Okay.
So,
Okay. So like
there's
a guy
lots of
like Ted
different,
Bundy. Okay, because he was like
yeah,
so
he's,
somebody like Ted Bundy who was like completely off his rocker, you can't rehabilitate a guy like that, correct?
no.
Knowing what we know, I mean, it seems
No
like
way.
that was some deep
And
stuff
I'm a
going
very
on with him.
positive person, but it
Right.
gets to a certain point where, it's just not going to happen. Even if it, it could. It's likely
Yeah.
not going to, because of what's
Yeah.
necessary for it to happen is
Right.
just,
Yeah.
but like I said, if you're born that way, it just doesn't, there's not much you can do about that other than like redirect that, that urge,
Yeah.
or
Hmm.
find other ways, that don't
Yeah.
include intrinsic motivation, because you can't build it. You don't have it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it has to be something external, you know, um,
Wow.
which is extremely difficult.
Yeah. I'm sure. And I'm sure the earlier you catch it, the easier it is, right? I mean, like anything. You
With
catch
anything.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Hmm.
you catch a kid
Because
who's
then you
doing bad
learning
things
like
and
a
you're
way of life, it's modeling, it's inferential, and you kind of build that as you grow, and that becomes your
right.
life, your norm, your belief. Whereas if
Yeah.
you grew up, and then changing that, especially something that severe, is going to be a lot.
Right.
It's going to be really difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, well, may rot in hell. That's all I can say.
Yeah, he's deeply
I don't
disturbed,
want
whatever it is, whatever caused him to get there.
to. Wait,
It
how
has to
old
be
were the
pretty extreme.
how old were
Right.
the children?
Yeah, I don't even, you know what? It's I'm looking at a thing right now. They don't say. Let me see if I can.
Jesus. Well, they were young as fuck. So
Yeah, no, 3, 7, and 10, or like 3, 9, and 12. It was like right in that. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And there's not much. I was just trying to look for the mother.
even just
You know that,
the fact that he
and she hasn't
just
said anything yet about the kids.
even the fact that
You know?
he shot them dead.
Yeah.
What about, you think about these kids and the fear that they felt knowing their dad
I
is
know.
gunning them down.
I know, bro.
I feel
Joey,
Yep.
oh man.
that's the
That's
exact
awful.
thought. That little kid running out, those
Somebody
2 little boys running out the front door. I can only imagine what those little guys were thinking about in their head.
somebody
You
should
know?
rape him with a shank while he's in there.
Oh, he's gonna get fucked. He's
Yeah,
done.
he's not
They'll
gonna have a
kill him
good
in
time there.
jail. No, he's
Yeah.
gonna go in protective custody. What's gonna happen? They're gonna put him in PC because he's a high profile case. You know, when that usually happens, they put you in protective custody, which means 24-hour lockdown. You ain't moving anywhere. But what's gonna happen is somebody's gonna fuck up the paperwork on purpose, and they're gonna put him in with Gen Pop. And just like with Jeffrey Dahmer, they'll kill him. They'll kill him.
Oh
No
yeah.
problem. And that's the guards want that to happen. Trust me. You know,
Oh yeah.
I've been in a place, and there was a child molester that was in there. He was going to court. He's had over 1,000 pictures, pornographic movies and pictures of underage kids. And
Fuck.
yeah, guards would let things happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shit.
No matter where you are, I'm talking county jail or prison, doesn't matter. Nobody likes people who hurt women or children, especially children. You know, everybody hates that.
Yeah.
You know, and they just have a way about them too. You know what I mean? They're just dirty looking. You know, but that's in the future shows that we got. Some of the clips I was watching today, some of the ones that Joey sent me, those pedophiles. Those guys get me going too. There are another group of sick individuals, you know what I mean, who have probably been molested and raped as a child, you know, and it's a whole other. It's just another cog in the wheel. It's just goes around and around, you know. It's a shame.
Humans. It sucks.
Shame.
You know,
It was.
dirty fucks. The world's going to shit. It's been going to shit for quite some time now.
Yeah,
Is it almost to the end of the shit? Who knows? I think it's just going to get worse and worse.
that's what I think. That's what I think.
People are getting even more fucked up.
Yeah.
There's nobody addresses the mental health, issues that are going on in this country. We took away the
Mhm.
Never
programs.
have.
Yeah.
Unless they took away a lot of their programs and whatever's from them. Like that happened in the Obama era, but you could say the same, even though I support Trump, but Trump didn't do nothing about it either.
What's that?
So
Mental health?
the mental health, he could have fucking boom. Let's put this money, back into this. This is where the money
Yeah.
needs to go, and
Yeah.
that didn't happen either. So
The money doesn't go to us. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, that's
No, yeah.
obvious.
it's
If you look at
Yeah.
any research, okay, you have the top minds. They know exactly what's necessary for mental health. They know the stats. Okay, they publish it on their government sites.
Mhm.
Yet they still do the same things that don't help and leave
Yep.
people vulnerable. You know,
Mm.
when you get people desperate, they can barely afford food or whatever, you're gonna get mental health problems. That's just one, but all the
Mhm.
other issues, like they had institutions and they took everybody out of the institutions, but then they didn't provide the services to back that up. And you got a bunch of
Right.
people running around. If you try to get somebody inpatient, there's a huge, that's a huge undertaking because insurance companies don't easily
yeah.
pay
Oh,
for
yeah.
that.
Right.
So, and then the outpatient is lacking severely.
Yeah.
Emotional health is not taught in the mainstream at all. In fact,
Mhm.
so much so that it's almost like a novel idea, right? That
Right.
it's an alternative type of approach,
Mhm.
and it's really should be the first approach. Kind of like the medical field, the way they have it, they just treat everything with medication They treat the symptoms and not the core
Yeah.
problems. And so it continues, you
Yeah.
know.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't make it, they certainly don't make it easy for the person to get help, or for the
No.
people to help the people that need help. It comes from both directions. Like the only time they
Absolutely.
Some people don't help at
And-
all. They're just like, oh, we don't know what it is.
well, yeah,
Well,
yeah. And it's the
I've
only
been to
time
the
you want to do
doctors,
something.
and I know people go to, because I've worked in mental health field and the medical field.
Mhm.
People will come in if they don't understand, if it doesn't fit in a box, then they
Mhm.
can't help you. They're like, okay, well, it's
Mhm.
kind of outside of the boxes, so sorry,
Yeah,
you're
right.
gonna have to
Which-
go alternative or try to find something else. But you know, it's
Yeah.
just crazy. Just like
Is,
one of the main therapies is CBT. Cognitive
Mhm.
behavioral therapy. That's like what 80% of therapists do. And that's just
Right.
basically talking about, like revamping your thoughts and your thought processes and all that and your behaviors and what you do. But there's so much more to it than that,
Yeah.
not that that helps, but that can't be the only thing that you're doing, because it
Right.
won't work. It's just not the complete picture. So
Yeah.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah. It's
I was talking about
crazy.
earlier today. My things, like I have like nerve problems, so like I get triggered by like things like noises and dysregulation and shit from all this
yeah,
crap.
you're neurodivergent. So your sensory system is processes at a depth that's, way more, intense than say a neurotypical person. So
Yeah. I'm
emotions are body sensations. So you feel
Yeah.
that, you process that deeper, you process sounds deeper, so they become disorienting,
Yeah. And then I get
So like the littlest thing to somebody like me is like totally overwhelming and drives them nuts. Somebody like Joe.
Yeah.
So
say.
his body gets all dysregulated, and then when you're dysregulated, your nervous system gets activated. Okay, then the conceptual
Wow.
parts of your brain shut down a little bit, and then you're reacting. So
Okay.
it's like, once you learn to regulate your body as a whole, then
Right.
that starts to dissipate a little bit. It's always going to be there,
Right.
but it's actually a
Yeah.
skill too. It's definitely a
Well,
strength
yeah, you
because you
gotta
pick up on
control your
sounds
behavior.
and things
Yeah.
that other people don't pick
Yeah.
up on. So
Right.
it is a strength
Right.
if you can regulate yourself well.
Right.
These are my
Yeah.
I'm
And if it's
neurodivergent.
towards something, yeah. And if you put it towards something that's positive, right? It can be a
Yeah.
strength or a deterrent, as like you get mad, you get angry, that can deter you from holding a job, from working in the workforce, dealing with people, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I've worked
Mhm.
with plenty of people who are just angry, like angry fucking people, and God,
Mhm.
nobody wants to work with them or be friends with them or even bother with them. You know what I mean? And that's like the extreme. That's the
Yeah.
extreme case.
There's
You know,
lots of roots
obviously.
to anger for sure.
Oh yeah,
there was a time where I
absolutely.
got before
Anger is
I
like one of the blanket emotions. It's a secondary emotion, so it's
Oh
always on top
man,
of another
yeah.
emotion. So, and it's the
I
easiest
can get
one
triggered.
to express. So,
Yep, yep.
safest.
I can get triggered like that, man. Like boom. My mother does that. My mother can trigger me in a second.
Mhm.
Where oh man, Jesus Christ. Some people can do that to you. They know how to get to you,
Yeah,
or they
everybody
know
has
what.
those people in their life that can
Right.
immediately just activate the nervous system for them, like
Oh yeah.
for various
Yeah.
reasons.
yeah,
Right.
I'm getting better. I used to people wouldn't want to everybody's too scared to fucking work around me, for a while, man. And like towards like and then I was in charge of I had a lot of shit on my plate and I was just like I was just yelling at everybody, any little thing. Like, are you stupid fuck? Like get out of here. I'll do
Yeah.
it myself, and it's like I got like that for a while. And it was hard to get out of that. People they really were scared to work with me. And I seen it firsthand. I'm just yelling at everybody, like, you're scaring the fuck out of everybody. Like, well, then
Yeah.
tell them to fucking do their fucking jobs right. It got bad, where it's like, and I know I let everybody still want to, outside of work, I calm myself down, but I have my way about me. So it's like, I try to be nice, I come off as, but with like all cheery and shit. And I try to do that
Yeah.
to like mask the other shit, but I'm getting better at it, but I do like think little things. I think about it after, and then I feel like crap because I shouldn't be, acting like that. Or I catch myself. I know, and then if I have to talk to somebody, I do. But I apologize or whatever my own way. But I know when it's me, and sometimes I just fucking snap, and then I gotta take it, and I'm like, oh fuck, what did I do? All right, I start yelling at everybody. I shouldn't have called him a retard. I shouldn't have called that person an idiot, a moron. Because they don't, because nobody does anything the way I do it, and then I like react like sometimes that's one of the things that'll get me, put the forks with the forks, or something like that. Or why is it?
That's
I just
part of
cleaned.
it,
Why
though,
is it?
you know?
Why? Yeah. Why is there got to be so many dishes in the sink? I just fucking did the dishes 3 times in a row. Every time I come back, like that shit, and stuff like that.
And
I
that's
mean,
where
like
the
just like
emotional dysregulation comes into play because it's hard for you to
Right.
handle
yeah,
when something
He's
doesn't
freaking out over a
go
dish.
like you think it should go. The disappointment of that experience is very dysregulating
Wow.
because again, emotions are a sensation felt in the body.
yeah,
So
Mm.
because you're neurodivergent, you're feeling the depth of that is very, you can feel it very deep. So if you have an idea in your mind about how things should go and it doesn't go that way, it's very hard for you to deal with that disappointment or to most neurotypical people that sucks. And then, they can move on because they're not feeling it. They're not perceiving the depth of it that way, but you are.
yeah,
So you have to work extra hard to regulate yourself in those situations, to transition
Yeah.
from, those types of things.
And
Yeah.
learn more tools, right, on how to deal
Like-
with things like that. Sharpen your tools a
Yeah.
little bit.
My
On
first thoughts are
learning
that-
how to go about dealing with things like that. Right?
Mhm.
That's like a good thing to. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah.
yeah, she
Yeah.
should have. No, I when I first start snapping, I'm like, my first reaction is like, you talk to me like that, motherfucker, I'm choked, I'm going through, I want to fucking kill, So I hold back on that nowadays. I just talk shit now. So like, I get that part. I have no physical things, just yelling. So
Yeah. But
yes, I did.
That's just as damaging as physical. Verbal. It's
But
just
it's
as
a step
damaging as
down.
physical.
So we're definitely
Yeah.
going in the right direction, which is
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. The verbal will fuck you up too. Of course.
Oh yeah.
Anything's better than physical. Don't get me wrong. That goes without saying. That shouldn't even be said.
this is a
We all
stepping
know
stone.
physical is, verbal is definitely better than physical. But verbal's
Yeah.
no
Yeah, but
bueno either.
the thing is about this is
Depending on the
important is when
magnitude.
you make progress, it's important to focus on that
Yeah.
and not
Of
like,
course.
oh my God, I'm not here. I'm not where I
Of
should
course.
be. Because that
Of
causes you
course.
to do worse. So it's
Of
like the
course.
little
Yeah.
things you need to really focus on is
Same
important.
thing as
And
a
it
drug
seems
addict.
like everybody knows that, right? But in the
Yeah.
moment, do
Yeah.
people actually appreciate that? Not really. They're
Right.
like,
Going
I'm still
through with
not
it and
here.
saying it
It's
are
a
two different
feeling.
things. Two different
Yeah.
things to go through with it and
Yep.
act on it than saying it. It's very easy to say anything you
Yeah.
fucking want. You can say whatever
Yeah.
you want. I
Conceptually.
could tell
Yeah,
you
because it
I
makes
could tell you a
sense,
million
right?
things that'll make you yeah, of course. But to go
Yeah.
But
actually
in the
go through with
moment,
it and
when you're
live that,
reacting,
right.
yeah.
You gotta step back, take a second, step back, say, wait a
Yeah.
minute. What's the magnitude of this? Why am I getting upset over this? Is this what's
Exactly.
gonna ruin my day? This?
You gotta
Or is this what's
process
gonna
what's
make me go
happening.
shoot, put a needle in my arm because of this? No.
This is what
It's not
Marcie
gonna
tells me all the time.
You know what I mean?
Like,
So it's the
you're gonna
same
let
thing with Joey.
Yeah.
Joey might have a fucking anger issue. I have an addiction issue. It's the same thing. Same thing.
Mhm.
Something I can use anything in the course of my day. Trust me. Whether the
Mhm.
fucking wind don't blow right to go shoot some fucking smack.
Of course.
I'll use that excuse in a second. Oh, it
Yeah.
rained today? Get high. I'm happy? Get high. I'm sad? Get high. Who gives a shit? I'll use any excuse. You know what I mean? So yeah, putting that shit into check is an absolute,
Have to.
and going through with it and doing it. It's it took me
Yeah.
a long, and I don't have it mastered, but I'll tell you what, I don't put a needle in my arm anymore.
Yeah.
And it's
Marcie,
been a long fucking time. So
And that's
it's
huge.
I tell you-
possible it can be done. It's very huge. That was the end of that was the end all. So
yeah, no,
yeah, it's just damaging, man.
I tell you, Marsh says this shit to me every day. She's like, dude, really? Are you gonna fucking let this ruin your whole day? Like,
No, I'm just like, think about it objectively. Like
it was
what
one
is it
fork.
that's,
Yeah.
Yes, I did make my kids do the dishes, Peggy. But the little bitches would not do them sometimes but they knew I was going to have to listen to my ex-wife bitch about it. So they knew that, oh, fuck, if I don't do this, Dad'll do it. So I do it anyway because I can't stand looking at dishes. And I didn't want to hear her mouth. So I would do the dishes if they fucked up. But they had to do the dishes all the time. Anyway, yeah. But Marcia tells me that every day. It's like, are you really going to let that bother you? Like, I'm like, fucking chair was off an inch. I'm like, I complain about these stupid things. And I'm like, no.
That's crazy.
Like,
do you
no,
think
reminding yourself
do you think he's
every
got too
day.
much free do you think he's got too much free time on his hands? Do you think that could be a thing? You think that's why he's going crazy over that? I think so.
That's why he's going crazy. I definitely think it's always an element. People need to be, when you're alone with your thoughts, you're not doing what you feel like you want to be doing, or not fulfilling yourself or feeling fulfilled. It is a huge thing because then you're left with your thoughts and your feelings with that.
I don't want to do that.
On that.
My thoughts are fucking gnarly.
Not that you want to distract
yourself
yourself from your problems or what's going on, but you need some type of healthy balance between having relaxing time, but also being able to be out in the world, be showing people your stuff, be doing the things that you want to do, be connecting with other people. It's important for everybody to do that. And in this day and age, it's so easy to isolate and
I know
really not take care of yourself.
I know. Hey man,
the phone puts you offline. It doesn't really help you process anything, just puts you offline for a little bit.
I think the phone makes your brain mush a little bit sometimes. On some days, I can notice my head's I'm just zapped. This is too much. I can't even stare at the phone anymore, especially doing this shit. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to figure things out and do a clip together, and I'm just like burnt, just got done working all night. I come home in the morning, I'm looking at clips, and I just get so overwhelmed I can't even stare at a screen for like an hour. It's crazy. It's a shame, but it's very easy to to just clock out, with the phone of life, to distract yourself. I didn't even think about it. I never even thought about that. How easy it was before when I was a kid and I didn't even have a phone in my possession. What the hell did I do then? Oh, wait a minute, drugs. You know what I mean? Because they didn't have phones when I was a kid. So, that's what I did when I isolated. Drugs. Boom, done deal. So, but now kids are using this phone as a drug. My daughter does not sit anywhere or even take a shower without the phone with her. The phone's in the bathroom, popped up on the thing, but God damn it, she's listening to something.
I think the average screen time is like 9 hours a day. That's average. Yeah, that's pretty high. Yeah, if you think about
that's a lot.
You work 8 hours.
Job. It's a full-time job.
Exactly. Yeah, it is.
You got so check this out: 9 hours, right? You got 24 hours in a day, right? So you got 9 hours of screen time. Okay,
you gotta sleep at some point.
So let's just say, you gotta sleep, right? So that's what, like 7 hours, they say. Well, let's just say 6, right?
Let's say the average 15, 6, 7 hours, whatever.
Yeah, dude, that's only you gotta eat, run some errands,
shower,
or whatever you do. Shower, bathroom. Oh my God, right? Can you imagine if you ever break it down like that? That's crazy, man. It's phone. Phone all day. I'll tell you what, I've done it. I do.
Marcie does yoga.
I do hours. I do hours on
the
end.
The only time I'm on my phone is usually when I'm working, because I work 24. I just work 24/7.
Okay.
My job's not like a 9 to 5. I basically answer crisis tickets, so I'm all the way around the clock. So I'm always on my phone for that, and sometimes I watch a movie at night just to kind of de-stress. Other than that, I'm doing other stuff. Like reading or
reading's great.
She reads a lot. I don't read. I forget how to read.
What book is great? I bought 2 books in the past couple of years. Scott Weiland's Not Dead, Not For Sale. Great memoir. You should get that, dude. You would dig it. It's a quick read. It's like 100 pages. It's a quick read paperback, but it's freaking good. That one, and I read Lennon, which came out 10 years ago. That's a great one. The John Lennon book. And then there was another one. Oh my God, what the fuck was it that I just read not too long ago? Mark Lanigan from the Screaming Trees.
Uh-huh.
Sing back,
Okay.
sing backwards and weep. Phenomenal book. Talks about him, Alice in Chains, Torn. If you want to start reading or get into read, those are fun reads, and they're not like thick books like this. They're like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like easy shit. You know,
Easy
half the
reading.
shit's pictures. You know what I mean? Like one of them books.
Yeah.
Cool. But those are good books to read if you want to get involved with
Yeah.
reading.
I want
The
you to have
reading
that
helps
book,
me out at night.
Marcy, Nick, my daughter's book. What's that book? The Art of Not Giving a Fuck or something. Yeah,
I've heard
I
that.
want to check. I want to check that out. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like reading. Well, now I got my glasses. I can read and shit. So like, maybe it'll be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Let me answer these questions real quick.
Who's that?
Marcy tries
Peggy?
to. Yeah, Marcy tries to get me do yoga. She's always like, let me show you stuff in yoga, but I don't do it because I think it's kind of gay. Biofeed. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Wait, hold on.
Biofeedback?
Mumbles. Say that again. I couldn't hear you. Broke up.
I don't do yoga. Marcy tries to get,
Okay.
shows me. She's like, yeah, you should do some yoga. Let me show you some things, but I can't. I'm too old. And then biofeed. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck biofeed is. I don't.
Damn,
what is that?
Biofeedback?
Yeah, it says biofeedback. What's that mean?
That's just when your body, they can. There's lots of different ways to do it, but they have neurofeedback, biofeedback. Basically, they're getting you in tune with your body so you can control your body movements, your tensions and stuff. Like when you look at something, kind of like what I tell you in the moment when you're angry, like scan your body. Where are the tense parts? You know what I'm saying? When you get connected, you have more control. When you just kind of let yourself go, but you gotta, in the moment when you're feeling angry, you gotta look at all the aspects that's happening. Is your neck tense? What's going on in here? And in time, you'll be able to control that.
Now,
kind of
real
like
quick,
that. They
when
do
you say-
electrodes.
when you-
They do it with, other means.
When you say scan the body, do you mean like physically, like maybe, or just
Yeah,
mentally?
so
Like just
mentally.
think about where you feel tense. Okay.
Yeah, like so if you're going down, scan your head, go down to your neck,
Yeah.
your shoulders, and then you feel like what's going on there. A lot of times
Wow.
you'll feel tension
Yeah.
there. It'll be tight. Loosen it up. Let it go. Because if you revamp your body's response in the moment, you can control that response much better, and you can ease the anger because, like I said, emotion is just a sensation felt in the body. So you've got to get in touch with what's happening to you. And also too, so you have the body, the physical piece, and then you have the assumption or the belief in the moment, right? The thing that makes you angry. The thing that, like for instance, if a kid's like, freaking out, your assumption is they're behaving badly because they're trying to annoy you. If that is your belief system, that makes you angry, right? But if you believe this person, wow, they're really dysregulated, they're having a problem, they don't know what to do. Their friend called them and, said something mean and they got dysregulated. Your belief about that is very different. And so your body reaction will be different. So it's those types of things that you need to revamp and like unpack.
Very cool. I never heard that. Put that, to mentally go down, feel your body out, and see where you're tense at.
Yeah. I mean, I do it. I just not when she has to be there telling me, hey, never do this, because otherwise I'm not gonna fucking do it.
But that's okay. Yeah. Like at first, that's what has to happen. Like someone needs to remind you, or you have a way to remind yourself. You got to make that choice every step of the way until it becomes not a choice, but an action.
Natural.
That's it.
Because if you don't want to do it, then you don't want to change. Yeah. That's like what they said to me. Go to a meeting every day. Go to 90-90. 90 means 90 days. If you want it, you want to change, you'll do it. If you don't want to change, you won't do it. It's all on you.
Step is just getting consistent, just doing the thing. Once you do the thing every day, then you work on the quality later. It's just a matter of you got to get doing it first.
Yep. And getting to that point is a son of a bitch, isn't it?
Yeah.
For some, I know what's for me. Getting to that first step, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Getting to that first step. That's a tough one. Took me 28 years. Took me 28 years to get to that step. At least. Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
I get there, but shit wouldn't stay.
Yeah. real quick, my breathing machine is working still. Right, Marcie? I don't snore.
Yep, it is working. Your shock collar.
Yeah.
My shock collar, if you
Yeah,
will.
basically what it is.
I still keep the shock collar on, wrap it around my ears. I got 2 of them. I got one backup just in case this one breaks. And you know, I haven't burnt my neck. I did get zapped the other day when I farted in bed, and you were
Got you.
sleeping. Yeah, this thing picks
Got
up
you
on
one.
my snores. It picks up on if I snore or I fart, it'll pick it up. That's it.
It'll pick it up.
Yeah.
That's it. How about if you cough? If you cough, or
Yeah,
anything
and,
like that,
when I cough, or I like if I like I woke up the other night because it was a little zap. It wasn't really hard, but it was like I could feel it. It woke me up because I was like, clear my throat.
That's
I went,
crazy, man.
and it was like, boom.
I
Yeah.
kind
No.
of feel like over time that could have some type of like, I hate to sound like a therapist, but it
It's
sounds
probably
like
why
it
I'm
has some,
having.
like dramatic effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a shock. You're having a
It's
shock
prob-
when you're snoring, like a natural thing that
Right.
happens when you sleep. I just feel like what you really need is a CPAP to help you breathe so you don't snore. You know?
Well,
'Cause
right now
that's
this is
the
working.
problem. I mean, yeah, it does
But-
work, but I just worry that
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, the thing is,
Gonna electrocute his ass.
I think this
Yeah,
is
like
why
maybe,
I've been
mess
like,
up his bio processes. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
no, you know what?
Yeah.
That's what's
You know
probably
what I mean?
fucking up. Like when I'm trying to talk and I'm like,
No, that's just you. You've always been like that.
Yeah.
You've always been like that, Joe. Come on.
That's why I yell so much. When I
Yeah.
when I yell, it's like I'm at full volume. I'm talking the way I should be talking, but I'm
Yeah.
yelling.
When you get
You
hyper.
fucking
yeah.
dumb fuck! Like, oh god, yeah. So I don't know what is a SEO machine. SCIO machine. What's that like
Style.
for your psychic abilities? What is it?
No, isn't it when they put the probes on your muscles or something like that?
Oh,
I think
like the
that's what
Dr.
it is.
Hose?
Yeah, I'm not trained in like biofeedback or any of that stuff, but I'm pretty sure, you know, just like with neurofeedback, they put the impulses here, like the cap, and then like you control like the car on the screen with your with like the electrical impulses.
Yeah.
You know, like
Mhm.
well, you learn to, you know, like it takes a minute to adjust to that. But I think biofeedback is like the same thing, but with the muscles, like the way the body's reacting, you know.
Hmm.
So you try to get the same type of knowledge, but you don't actually need a machine to do it. Yeah, it's SCI.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm not sure
okay.
what that is.
Huh.
Huh.
I don't know, but I can't stop using it because then I snore and then I can't sleep with my wife because I'm too loud. You don't know.
Oh, it's
She-
loud.
Yeah.
I go right
I
in
hear
her
you
because
from
I'm
out
like right in her. I'm right in her
Yeah.
ear, like,
I
oh.
sleep so lightly. Yeah, the
Yeah.
littlest thing wakes me
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta be bad.
I had another. I used to have another thing that went in my mouth, and it was like a mouth guard, but it stopped me from snoring, or at least it kept it away for a little. I mean, it kept it
Mhm.
down.
Well, I think if
Yeah.
it was better quality because the plastic kept giving, so it
Yeah.
kept going into the lower settings, so which didn't help.
Okay.
But you couldn't keep it
Yeah.
at higher settings because it wasn't strong enough. It would just like, you know.
Yeah.
Die out or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just,
When I the first uses of, because those things cost about $50 a piece. This thing cost me $6,
yeah.
$6-7, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't know. The first one I had that mouth guard, and I'd fall asleep without it in my mouth, and then like I'd be snoring. She's like, "Baby, please, can you put the thing in your mouth?" I'm like, yeah. And I'd roll over, go back to sleep, start snoring again. And it was like, just finally, I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just go sleep on the couch." So I just sleep with her for a little bit. As soon as I start snoring, I go to the couch.
Jeez,
You know?
yeah.
Because
I'm
it's
like,
like
man.
so loud, it would be startling. So I'd wake up from a dead sleep, like, like, just,
Yeah.
like what's going
Oh, yeah.
on?
Yeah.
My-
Oh man. That could fucking kill you. That could
Yeah.
ruin you. That could make you have a bad day if you do that for a week. Do that for a week in a row, right? Both of you getting from either
Yeah.
being woken up or waking up. That's gotta,
Exactly.
yeah. That's gotta kill
Exactly.
you. Holy shit.
Waking up to, I had to get up early every day when Max was here so that he couldn't get into anything
Yeah.
without me. The one day I fucking like just slept in a little bit, I just so happened to wake up as he was walking past me, but I watched and he went right to the pantry. I got up and then he left, went into the kitchen. I got up and he was in my fridge. I was like, get the fuck out. What are you doing? And he's like, I'm hungry, Grandpa. I'm like, you didn't come wake me up? You know, he's gonna get into something. And you can see that like I'm finding like dirty footprints all over the counters and shit. I'm like, oh my God, there's a ghost here walking up my dishwasher. You grab on the dishwasher, walk up it, and then get on the counter. He had like if we were outside, like if he's running around with no socks on all day, you know, his feet are getting dirty. And he's walking. I see like footprints all over the fucking counter, and I'm like, God. And he's like, I didn't do it. Oh, it must have been the it must have been the ghost. He's like, it must have been the ghost. His feet are dirty. I'm like, you know,
that's funny. That's funny shit.
Electrodes are put on your head and ankles. You should try it sometime. I will try it. I've had those things on me.
Yes,
it feels good. I don't know. I don't want to get no more shocks to me. I can't take it anymore.
No more shocks for Joey.
When I opened this thing and used it for the first time when I went to Virginia. The first night I was snoring and I was like, oh, what the fuck? The machine isn't working anymore. I hadn't shaved, so I had I had a beard under here, like my neck was. The thing wasn't getting through, so I was snoring.
Didn't feel it.
I mean, I shaved the next day, and then all of a sudden, boom! No, it doesn't hurt. Every once in a while, it just gives me a little zap that I'm like, catching me off guard. I mean, the first time when I coughed and when I snored and then I farted and it got zapped twice in a row, those were really hard because I had it on the highest setting when I first got it, and I can't do that. Otherwise, then I'm getting fucking zapped.
Yeah.
I don't want to be like getting zapped and like shit my pants. You know what I mean? Oh God.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy. I would not be happy with that getting zapped in the middle of the night like that. No sir.
No.
You know?
Yeah,
no,
man.
Sirree.
So also, I'm irritable because I have gone like 6 days without weed.
That's what I was saying, Marcie. Right? You gotta be. I'm sure you're edgy, bro. I mean, that happens.
Well,
you get
that
a bit
helps you calm down. You know what I mean? Helps it helps you feel more regulated anyway.
Like I'm trying to use this, but this is that CBD or the Delta 8 shit, and it just doesn't do nothing for me. Like it does stuff for a lot, like for others, but for me, it doesn't do nothing.
Yeah, no, for people that don't smoke, that they'll take that like somewhere like. It's got THC in it, but it's not the same THC that's in the weed. Because they were I just seen. Yeah. I just seen they just shut this guy down, not your buddy, but another guy, not even in Florida, at another place who was selling those. He's got like 40 grand in stock, and they're not allowing him to sell them anymore because they have to sell from like a dispensary now and not from used to be able to get Delta H at smoke shops and shit. Now you can't after like a certain date, and this guy's like, well, I got to shut down shop and I got all this money in my inventory, it's crazy. But yeah, that Delta 8 isn't much use for people that like us that smoke,
Yeah.
I mean, no. Elena's in.
Elena is back. There she is.
Elena's in.
Just hits the receptors different. It's still
8, 9, 10,
Delta
11.
8, Delta 9, Delta 10, Delta 11, all marijuana.
Yeah,
well,
it's THC, but it's not got like THC. It's a lower grade. It's a totally lower grade.
Yeah,
you barely feel that shit. That's why they're able to sell it at fucking Exxon.
Yeah.
You're not gonna buy, if you find anything at Exxon or fucking any kind of gas station or a Bindi Mart, you know what I mean? It's gonna, it doesn't have a goddamn, anything illegal in it. You know what I mean? It just doesn't do it. It doesn't do it.
I am not in the Miami area.
No. What are you, West Coast, Joey? Are you West Coast?
East.
It's just East Coast.
East Coast of
South,
Florida?
southeast, right? Southeast Florida.
Southeast.
Yeah, it's considered south, but
Southeast.
it's basically right smack in the middle.
Yeah, I'm near like Vero Beach and Port St. Lucie, and I mean we're like 45 minutes from West Palm.
My buddy's right in West Palm. My buddy Steve is in West Palm. You're 45 minutes from there?
Yeah,
Shit, man. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. He drives over
I
the
mean,
road now. He's another one
West,
that got clean.
that depends on where you're going. West Palm Beach is big. You know, there's a lot of area.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a tough area, right? Or is it some nice area?
Some nice,
stuff?
Depends on where you
it's
go.
just-
Yeah, it depends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've driven. I've
Yeah.
spent the day. I love it out there. I'd make a killing if I'm driving out there. It's just there's so many tiny rides, but it all adds up, and the next day, you know, you're like,
Yeah.
I had a good day
Yeah.
out there. You know.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. All the deltas, no matter what, legal or illegal area, still marijuana. Yeah, I don't know. I don't fuck with the Delta 8s. I don't know. I just like the real shit from a dispensary.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah. Florida Peeps is 3.
Florida what?
What?
Florida Peeps is 3. Florida
Peeps got
is 3.
Peeps got a lot of sugar in it. I don't eat Peeps.
I love Peeps. Easter time? Shit.
Yeah, I used to
Yellow?
love them. I can't eat those fucking things anymore.
Oh, I love them. The yellow guys, those yellow bastards. Oh, I love
Yeah.
them. I love them. I eat my daughters when I get my daughter a bunch of them for her Easter basket then, or the Easter bunny.
Yeah.
I nail them shits, dude. You know.
Oh, I used to do it.
eat them up on it. Hell yeah.
But
I love
so-
them. That's classic. That's like something that you can never get rid of. Like
Yeah,
that's
well,
like getting rid of like jelly beans for Easter. Like no more jelly
Cat-
beans. It's like same
the-
like Peeps.
they don't do the cat. They
Peeps.
fuck. They shit all over the Cadbury egg. It's not the same anymore.
Yeah, what's up with that, right? It
Ugh.
used to be real good inside. Now it's
Yeah,
garbage.
yeah, it's it's disgusting.
Disgusting. Disgusting.
It's got the out.
It's nasty. It used to be all loose. It was good. It was like
Yeah, it
loose
was like-
caramel. Now it's like a chunk of like whatever. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's chunky. It's fuck.
Mm.
Which way too much to learn.
I already know you're not talking about Peeps like the candies, Elena. Just went into that. I don't know.
My Peeps.
Florida Peeps is
My-
3. It's way too much to learn. Us. I don't. What the fuck?
All right. Yeah, he ate all of them. And after Easter, when the candy went on sale, I bought and he ate them. Yes, I did. Goddamn right, I did. Thank you, my dude. I'll eat them all. Keep buying them. I keep eating them. I was saying that 3 of us
Yeah.
live in Florida. Oh, they're yeah, you guys, when you guys live in Florida, right? You, Elena?
Yeah.
What you guys live in Florida? Everybody
Yeah,
lives in
Elena
Florida.
was.
Everybody
Elena was
lives
in Florida too.
No, Elena, where's Elena live? Elena,
She's
you
in
live
Florida. She's in
She's
Florida.
in Florida, right?
Yeah. I forget where she
was
said
in
she was from.
Virginia. She was in Virginia for a while, I think, or Carolina or some shit. Or was it always Florida? I don't know. But yeah, definitely Florida, right?
Hey,
Yeah, you
Peggy, are
guys
you
are
in
close, right?
Florida? Yeah, I mean, what she say? Where did she say she was from? Where she's living? Face blue smiling. What the hell? You confuse me sometimes, lady.
She always confuses me, Elena. You always confuse me. Elena confuses me. That's what you get with the live chat. This is why I get this craziness.
Woo!
She's like, Peggy's like, no, she's not from Florida. Wasn't she like a Midwest girl? I thought she said she was like in the Midwest. You know?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, she didn't tell us. She's like, I can't tell you
Oh.
that, or I'd have
yeah.
to kill you.
It's
You
secret.
know?
It's secretive.
It's a secret.
It's a secret.
She's like-
For
she
our
lives in
okay. I
You
say
live in
Alaska,
Zimbabwe? Are you a Nigerian prince?
or princess. Or prince. Prince or princess.
Don't you live in like Denmark or Sweden or some shit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
Peggy's
All right,
mysterious.
man. Well, Well, we got anything else to spin on? I'm gonna wrap it up. I think dude. We're at an hour 20. It's
Yeah,
kind of
there we
slow.
go.
I was hoping for some more
Nobody's watching.
feedback, but
We'll do another one.
we'll hit another one. We'll hit another one. We'll hit another one. We'll come up with some some more stuff here. I don't want to just keep playing clips tonight. You know, we
Yeah.
have such a smart guest on. Oh, Lakeland, Florida. Okay, she's in Lakeland. Swedish royalty on my
Oh,
mom's
okay.
side. King is my cousin. Hoofa.
Hoofa. Yeah.
Georgia.
Oh yeah. She's always saying she knows somebody famous and blah, 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 but she won't say who.
Oh yeah. It's all right. Robert De Niro's my daddy. Joe Pesci's my uncle. Joe Pesci's my uncle. Don't I laugh like him? Doesn't your brother say that?
That's somebody's like, yeah. He's like, you remind me, like Joe Pesci and somebody else mixed.
Yeah. It's funny.
Lake Lanier,
I like-
northeast Georgia mountains. Marcie, you know that place?
Yes, I do. Lake Lanier.
Oh yeah, you familiar with that place?
She
Yep, I
loves
used to
that.
vacation there. I love North
Oh
Georgia.
no,
It's really pretty.
no shit. Wow. What mountains?
Yeah, Lake Lanier
Woods,
is pretty
mountains?
big.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of hiking, camping, stuff like that.
Yeah, like you get the tip of the Blue Ridge that comes in over North Georgia. You know what I mean?
The Blue Ridge Mount. I took my
So
Harley
yeah,
on
when you
Blue
go
Ridge
up to
Mountain.
Georgia,
Skyline
like
Drive.
you go up into the mountains,
Try 'em out.
and it's really pretty. You wouldn't think, I don't know. I didn't know Georgia had that side to it. Like
Right.
the tip of the Blue Ridge. And when I went there, I'm like, wow, this is actually really beautiful. I was actually
Yeah.
up by Carter's Lake, which is further north by LJ. Kind of like northwest of LJ. So
Okay.
it's just really pretty. The lakes are like pristine. They're like the greenish blue water. It's so pretty.
Yeah. I wonder what
I'll
makes
have
that
to check
water
that
like
out.
that. I wonder if that's the clarity. If that's because the water's so clear that it looks that color. I wonder.
It's very clear. When you go
Yeah.
swimming in that water, it's just so pretty. It's like in the midst of like rocks and stuff like that. And Lake Lanier
Yeah.
is more like congested. Carter's
Mhm.
Lake is like, because it's remote. It's more remote. There's not a lot going on up there,
Oh,
but
okay.
still
Okay.
very pretty.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I did Skyline Drive. My father, me, and my brother-in-law, we did that going from here, Jersey to Virginia Beach. We cut through Skyline Drive, the Blue Ridge Mountains and all that in Carolina. And that was just gorgeous out there.
It's really pretty.
Oh my God. I'm talking a deer on the side of the road eating with the little babies, eating and just stuff like that. It was just all over. The whole way it was all switchbacks, it was just gorgeous. And it was elevating the whole time.
Mhm.
They got caverns out there too, which are cool. They have caverns over where you go at the Lake Lanier, the cavern, like the cave underneath the ground. You ever see that type of stuff out there or no? No.
No, I know there's a lot of like natural preserves and
Yeah.
lots of outdoors type stuff, but I haven't looked into,
Yeah.
all the specifics. There's a lot of stuff there, a lot of cool stuff that
Yeah.
people wouldn't think was in
Yeah.
Georgia.
Seriously, yeah. Actually, it's funny. It was called Thornton Gap, my same last name. Thornton Gap is the name of the one place where we went. They had a cavern there. And it was hot summer day. We go in the cavern and it's underneath, underneath the ground. And it was so much cooler down there because of the temperature drop.
Exactly.
But the caverns are phenomenal, man. Caverns are phenomenal.
Marcie J. What's Ely J?
What's that?
Oh.
I don't know, Lena. She said, I guess this is way delayed. Sorry, guys. I don't know what that meant. And then, yep, Marcie Ely J. I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I'm talking. I'm not even really listening. I don't pay
LJ,
attention too much to that stuff.
LJ.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
that town that's the town
All
that
right.
I used to.
So, I don't know why I'm reading stuff and I feel rude. I'm not answering people back, so I'm like just saying shit.
Yeah, I
we
can't
get
see any
we
of that.
get to every
Like
now and then.
sometimes
Oh,
it
you can't-
pops up, but
Oh, you can't see the
Yeah.
comments? Oh, okay.
not
Marcie.
consistently. Like they'll pop up every now and again, but I don't
That's
see what you
probably
guys
like,
see.
watch this. I'm gonna pop one up right now. You see that right there? Boom. Elaine,
Yeah.
I'm going back to Georgia. But so when I
Eventually,
show
yeah.
it, it'll show on you. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
And then
All right.
I'm gonna hide it back. Now you
Yeah,
see
my
nothing,
kids want to
right?
move to Georgia too. They're always, because we used to vacation there every summer, up by the Blue
Oh,
Ridge, up by LJ. We go to different spots, but
yeah.
they're like, I want to move there. I'm like, I do too.
What's
Yeah.
a what's a
Fuck it,
blood
man.
mountain?
You know what's good about that? I was almost called you Michaela. Marcie, with your kind of job and like my kind of job, this is why this is great. We can go anywhere in the world.
Anywhere.
Anywhere in the world. They need
I could leave the
welders,
country.
psychotherapists, psychologists. Anywhere. Yeah. Anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we can find work. That's what's great.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's what's great about that shit.
My
You
field,
know?
I constantly get emails constantly.
I'm sure. Oh my
Job
God.
offers and all, because there's just not enough professionals out there. So they're always scouting
Never.
the state sites to see
Mhm.
who's licensed, and they're like constantly
Yep.
sending out, job offers and stuff. But
That's gotta be tempting.
crazy.
God damn it. Imagine you get like an offer from some place like it's like God country in California or somewhere, and you're like, holy shit, I want to go so
Well, yeah,
bad.
there's a lot
Nothing.
like even I've had like a governmental job, that was like paid a lot, but I
Yeah.
don't want to work for the government, so I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't want
Yeah.
that,
Shit.
That's not.
Yeah. Shit. If they paid enough, I work for them. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm more
Show me
about
that
like
money,
quality
bitch.
of life. So
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I
Yeah,
want something with
depending on what it is.
flexibility, and I want something more, like if I wasn't doing what I'm just doing now, I'd be doing my own thing.
Hey,
Fucking
that's
pendo
right.
work.
And you know what? Quality of life sometimes is more important to people than a fucking dollar. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Like people ask me all the time, Mickey, you want to stay overtime? You want to work 3-4 hours? I don't give ugats about an extra $3-4,
I'm the same way.
whatever, 3 hours, 4 hours. I don't want to fucking work overtime. Give me my 8 and let me skate. I don't give two
Yep.
shits. You know what I mean? I don't need it that bad. I rather work my 8 hours and then bounce, and then that's it. I don't want to put anything extra
I
in
hear you.
unless I feel I need to or I want to.
Exactly.
And you can wave as much money in my face as you want. If I don't want to do it, I ain't fucking doing it. You know what I
I'm
mean?
the same way. Money does not motivate me.
Yeah. Isn't
I know
that
it's like
crazy?
a crazy thing to say, but
I am.
it doesn't.
And I'm not rich. I'm not rich by any means.
Me neither.
It's just,
Obviously.
you know what that is? Right. You know what that is? That means, that's just in our minds, financial gain is not the most important thing, which is absolutely a positive look. People who think financial gain is everything in life are very close-minded and normally treacherous people.
Yeah, I mean, I could be making a lot more money if I had my own thing. Yeah. Well, it depends if I did too. If I was sucking out insurances the way they do, and I did my job a certain way, yeah, I could make a lot more money. But to me, that's not helping people. Not going down that,
Yeah. Jesus. Do you hear about the guy in New York City, Bellevue? The doctor, 9 patients, raped 9 patients.
Oh yeah.
He's knocking them out. And can you believe this shit? You can't even trust getting knocked out and getting surgery.
You can't trust anybody.
They were just talking. I can't. I don't know the whole details. So, but this is what happened. The chick was in a coma for months or for a while. I don't know. They said something. Next thing for a decade, they said this woman's in a coma, and all of a sudden she's pregnant, and they all, and there wasn't just male DNA. There's female DNA. Like the nurses and the male nurses were doing it. They were, they knocked. She had a baby in her coma.
In her coma?
Yeah.
Her body was able to physically to
you know what I think? I'm wrong probably. I don't know if she had the baby yet, but she's pregnant and out of nowhere. Right. How's she gonna get pregnant? It's a miracle. No, but they gathered all kinds of DNA off of her and everything from all the nurses that work with her. And that's the male and both the male and the females.
That's crazy. Yeah, now that was at Bellevue? The Bellevue one?
Yeah. No, not the Bellevue one. This is something different. I don't have all the facts, but that's the gist of the story. That's what happened.
Basics,
I know that. I just don't know like details and shit, but I know that's what happened. Yeah. I think they're saying because I know there was some woman like yelling about like this is disgusting, because you're in a coma for a decade, and next thing you know you're pregnant.
You're knocked up. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
I guess you can do that, right?
You couldn't. You'd be in a coma.
No, but I'm saying if she's in a coma, she's pregnant. I guess it's possible.
You would
I mean,
wonder,
your heart.
yeah, but you would wonder like how the baby could thrive and actually come to full term. I could see her getting pregnant, but like
Right.
actually, maintaining the pregnancy, I'd
Developing
imagine that'd be very
proper.
difficult. Yeah,
Right.
on multiple levels.
Probably be born, most likely, maybe stillborn or born with some kind of, that's a
Yeah.
some risky business right there. That's some risky business, man. That's Jesus Christ. That's crazy. I wonder I'm gonna look at. I'm really curious on the ins and outs of that one. See if she's gonna go through with if she's even up, and if she is, if she's gonna go through with having the baby or not. Can you imagine that? Having to make that decision? Do I want to keep the baby and risk
I can't
having it
even
being
imagine.
born mentally
The chick's still in
retarded?
a chick's still in a coma. She don't have nothing to say about it.
Well, that's what
But
I'm saying.
her family member, I don't know who her family is or what. Yeah, I'll look more into that. I'll look more into it and then we'll bring it up. I'll find it. I'll find the exact story. Gotta have the facts.
Very curious.
I've been sending a lot of videos. I've been sending all kinds of videos.
Yeah, you gotta knock them down. I'm getting filled up.
Yeah, I know. I can't help it. I see more and I'm like, here. Boom.
Bing. 3 o'clock in the morning. Bing.
I wake up to take a piss. I'll wake up in the morning to take a piss.
Bing.
And then I'll just start going. Then I'll start.
Bing. Bing. I'm not that fucking Joey. I know it's Joey.
Yeah, I just woke up for a few minutes, just long enough to look at a bunch of different videos and send you like 6, 7 of them. And then like, here you go. Like
that's why I texted me this morning. I said, "Yup, bitch." I said, "Big dicks, yup."
Yeah, like Dagz, where you at? Wake up! And I was like, it just so happened to wake up. It was 7:47. You called the last message 7:09. Then I spent my morning texting you back and forth.
Yeah.
Like a fucking like a couple of old ladies.
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder, man. I wonder. You know what state that's in? I wonder what state.
No, I didn't catch all that. I just caught that part of it.
Yeah.
And there was a lady yelling about it. I think it was on pod. I think it was like a clip of a podcast that was going on. Like the guy, there was a story that came up. I like, did you hear the story about? Went into that kind of shit.
That's crazy, man. That's mistrust of that's like Marcie,
fucking disgusting.
Helping somebody and just going out and spreading rumors.
To be honest, it's actually very common, not common, but it happens a lot in my field. Because that's one of the first things we learn. So a lot of people, have inappropriate boundaries or problems creating boundaries with people. And when you become a therapist, you're getting to delve into people's deep feelings, emotions, past, all of that. And it's so easy to take advantage of somebody in that way. You have so much information, so much power over them in that regard. So people use that. Yeah. People of power use their power. And I'm not talking all people. That's, most therapists, most doctors, most are good. It's just that piece. If you are a little bit twisted, forget about it. That's a real easy way, a real easy in, just like teachers and like, in terms of pedophilia, they're teachers, the people they work with in, any kids fields, priests, but teachers are number one when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But it happens a lot. That's the most common lawsuit against the therapist is some type of sexual, boundary issue of that sort, that ethical guideline is so
preying on the weak.
To me, I'm like, it's, it's horrible.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Peggy found it. It's Phoenix woman 2021 was raped while in coma and gives birth.
Oh my God.
So she woke up, Peggy, and gave birth. Baby was healthy. Healthy? That is crazy. Phoenix, huh? 2021.
Oh, in 2021. Okay. I thought this was
okay. That's the story then. Now. I just heard briefly. So I said,
I don't know.
I just heard something brief.
Awake?
I don't know if she is now.
She gave birth. She must be right. You got to push. Unless they cut her.
Oh no, they could do a C-section.
Yeah,
C-section. Yeah.
She was in a coma when it's Christ. Like,
oh my God, that's so.
They could have at least wore rubbers, those bastards.
That's a whole.
Oh man, that's fucked up. It's fucked up
about that. Yeah,
Yeah, I like. even at like
If that baby came out
people used to
normal,
like,
I'd be very surprised. If that baby came out without any kind of, issues, I'd be very surprised.
oh
Very
geez,
surprised. Jesus.
it's like the
Oh, God.
when she comes out of the coma, she gonna find out. She's like, my son, what? Your son paid.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
look up
I had a son.
years later. It's like what? A son? I don't remember having any kids. Like,
Yeah.
do I have
Yeah,
amnesia?
man.
I can imagine that.
It's like,
Crazy.
well, you've been in a coma for 40 years. Your son's been paying your bills for the last 10. Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
insurance gave out on you. Who knows? That's hard. It's fucking
Yeah.
horrible. That's like
Yeah.
you see people like roofing chicks at the clubs or just at
Oh, yeah.
parties. Like I remember I had to stay with my friend because she was fucking gone. This is years ago. When I was in Florida too. It was like when we first came down here, me and Paul. We
Mhm.
went to some party where we had this chick friend of ours, but somebody fucking roofied her drink. So
Mhm.
I had to stay near her. This kid was trying to had a targeted her. I know exactly. I'm like, you ain't getting near her. So I had to sit with this fucking chick all night. I fell asleep.
Yeah.
But he didn't ever come over. But it was a long time
Yeah.
ago. That just reminded me of that story. That's why I haven't thought about that in
Yeah.
a long time. But yeah,
Yeah.
fuck. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. They were big.
That-
They were
that-
big in
that's-
the late
That's
90s,
it's
mid 90s.
sickening, man. How you
Yeah.
do? Fucking get that shit on your own.
Right?
Don't have to.
You
You
can't.
had to
You got
drug somebody.
problems.
Yeah,
Yeah. If you can't, you got problems.
yeah.
So,
Didn't even bother.
all right, man. We're gonna
Whatever.
cut it.
All
We'll
right.
cut it.
Yeah, I'm done.
I'll
Thanks everybody for coming
appreciate
on.
appreciate
Appreciate-
everybody. Maybe when you look at this later on, shoot some comments, maybe some questions, and we can answer them again.
Yeah.
Right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Want to thank
Your love
Marcie
don't
for coming
cost a
back
thing.
on. That's right. It doesn't cost a thing. So don't forget.
You
Right? Because why,
bastards.
Joey? Why?
Your love don't cost a thing.
There it is. There you go. There you
Yeah.
go.
Is it costing
All
you?
right.
It ain't costing you a cent to just say to like, subscribe, and comment. Jesus
That's
Christ.
It don't cost you nothing. Don't
It
cost you
doesn't
nothing.
cost. Yeah. Love don't cost a
But
thing,
it's
baby.
okay. That's okay.
But,
As long as I have fun or we have fun, we're okay.
yeah.
Right?
Appreciate
So,
you, baby.
That's it. Yeah. Yes. Thank you again, Marcie, for coming on. Always,
No problem.
always
It's
happy
been a
to have
pleasure.
you on. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.